You see, satire is one of my favorite forms of entertainment because whether it's a television show or a movie, one, satire is very unapologetic in its approach, and two, it's not afraid to call out all the bullshit that goes on in the world that doesn't make any sense. Now, of course, you're gonna have people out there that's gonna be overly sensitive, but guess what? Satire is gonna make fun of that too. Hence the reason as to why I was drawn to watch this film titled American Fiction. Now, it's based off of a novel called Erasure, which came out in 2001. But you know, anytime there's a movie based off of a book, things have to get changed up, be it the characters, the setting, or whatever. But both the film and the movie tackle the same subject matter, well, that happens in the film American Fiction. Now, here it is you have your main character, Thelonious Monk Ellison, a college professor and a book writer. Now, one of his students gets easily offended by the racial subject matter that he's teaching in his class. So he has to go before his fellow colleagues and peers, aka the faculty, on saying that his approach to teaching is too brash and is too doggone direct. And maybe he needs to take some time off because the students have complained about him. He should go take time off to spend time with his family and also go to a book panel to promote his book. But then he's also being told that he's failing as a book writer because his novels aren't considered black enough. But that's not what Monk, as everyone calls him, he's aiming for when writing his books. He wants to talk about positive black experiences and not all the negative stereotypes surrounding black people. So, after much back and forth, banter, or whatever with his fellow peers, he goes back home to Boston and attends a panel. Now, at his panel, not many people show up, but he goes to the panel of fellow book writer Centara Golden, played by Issa Rae, and she reads an excerpt from one of her books, in which takes place in the ghetto, and she gets a standing ovation. Now, after much deliberation, just for shits and giggles, he writes a book called My Pathology, just for the hell of it, and he gives it to his publisher. And his publisher releases the book, and lo and behold, everybody and their mama wants a piece of the pie. They're offering him money for this book, movie deals, TV rights, the whole 9 yards. But here's the thing though, Monk, this is not who he is. And he pretty much has a whole bunch of come to Jesus moments with himself in this film, like, is this what I'm doing? Is it right? But with the money and everything being offered towards him, he's using that money to take care of his sick mother in Boston, but also at the same time trying to mend broken fences with the family, with the void that was left open by their father, who was cheating on their mom. Also wouldn't accept the fact that his brother is gay or whatnot. And also along the way, Monk ends up getting into a relationship with Caroline, played by Erica Alexander. But even with all the stuff going on around him, dealing with his family, dealing with him coming to grips like, is this really who I am? It pretty much, excuse me, it also drives a wedge between him and Caroline's relationship as well. And this is the thing I like about the film is that it's not afraid to tackle the subject of, you know, how a lot of these companies in the audience in general, the general audience, mind you, loves to profit and be entertained off of the negative stereotypes surrounding black people. See, that's the problem that I have when it comes to entertainment. You can have some folks out here that talk about sci-fi and martial arts. Nope, nobody wants to see that. They just want to see black people in a negative light, just doing very ignorant things. Take a look at a lot of the reality television that comes out where you see black women throwing drinks in each other's faces and everybody cheating. You got baby daddies, you got the side chicks and all the other crap. And this is exactly what this movie does tackle. But it also tackles, probably like I mentioned earlier, Monk mending fences by repairing the issues going on with his family. Now, of course, the ending of the movie is left open ended. It's up to the audience to decide. But overall, I actually like this movie. May not be everybody's cup of tea, but American Fiction gets an A for effort for calling out the bullshit that goes on in the world as far as people looking at the negative stereotypes of black people, but at the same time, they're not going to do anything to help black people as well. So, that's just my thoughts and just my opinion. Just saying.